Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Danish and today is a bit of a different video. I've never done something like this before, so I'm gonna need your help through the video, commenting and letting me know like if I'm sort of doing the review the right way, because today what we're talking about is this. Now these are the Huawei FreeBuds 6. They are the latest earbuds from Huawei. They have like the best sound they can offer, a very unique shape, and I am very particular about my earbuds and I want to kind of explain that. So let's jump right in so we can kind of look at the earbuds, look at the features, and maybe even talk about what the other options are in the market. Yeah? So let's jump right in. These are the Huawei FreeBuds. Now they are very, very nice. I do like this egg shape. I do wish it was a little thinner because to me it's very important that earbuds fit in my little pockets. But here we have them, and this one is, these are the earbuds. Again, unique shape, we'll discuss that further, but they're just about 4.9 grams and the overall case is about 40 grams. So really nice, lightweight, Type-C charging, and yeah. Very, very quickly, inside the box, you obviously get the earbuds and you get these little ear tips. Now these are meant for the gym. So if you want like a better grip when you're working out and you need that little silicone over there, you can basically take these little tips and place them onto the earbuds. They're not the easiest to place, but once you do get them on, they're a pretty snug fit. So these are there inside the box. Apart from that, we also have, whenever I get this out, we also have some documentation and the charging cable. So in case you need that, it's there. While I pack this box, one great thing about these earbuds is their price. Now here in the UAE, they are just priced at dirhams 549, which I think is a fantastic price for what would be your best offering as far as earbuds are concerned. Currently in the UAE, if you do buy a pair of these, you also get what is called the Huawei Band 9, which I think is a nice little addition. You save like 160 dirhams. Plus they've got options for Huawei Care and stuff which you can add on. But on the overall, like I said, very well priced. As far as color options are there, we've got black, we've got white, and we've got the purple, which is what I have. Now the purple, like you can see, isn't exactly purplish. It's a personal choice if you like these. I actually just think the black ones are the best. The white one is a bit too, looks too plasticky for my choice. But these ones in the purple is also a pretty unique color. All right, now coming to the fit of the earbuds themselves. These are called open fit. But these ones for the first time have noise cancellation, which is a whole thing by itself, which we'll discuss. But let's kind of look at all the options that are there in the market. Now, this might not be sort of the best way to show it, but this is the best I can do right now. Now, these ones are the Samsung Buds, which are currently in the market. I've got both the regular as well as the Pro. Then we've got the Huawei FreeClips, which are my absolute favorite earbuds. And then we've obviously got Apple's AirPods. Yeah, so here in this case, now obviously AirPods are great as a Apple user. I do like them, but I've never been a fan of the stick or the stem. I've just never ever been a fan. Like when you put them in, like they're nice, they're all right, and they have a good fit because of the silicone tip, but I've never been a fan of that little stem. And the silicone tip itself, I can't stand this being in the ear. For me, noise cancellation isn't the biggest and most important thing. So slow and steady, these have moved out of my life. Now, what I primarily use on a daily basis are these. Now, these are the Huawei FreeClips. In some scenario that you don't know what these are, they're basically open earbuds whereby they never go in your ear. You just put them around like this, you see, and they just stay there. So this points directly into your ear canal, and yeah, and they just stick there really nicely. They're so lightweight, I cannot tell you the amount of times I've forgotten them. So I kind of got obsessed with these and started forgetting about all other earbuds, right? So for example, in the case of the Samsung, and you have this in all the other earbuds as well, but you also have open fit from Samsung with this hideous stem. I think this is one of the ugliest stems I've ever seen on a pair of earbuds, and like let me show you what they look like when you put them on. But this is what they look like when you put them on, and yeah, they're just so hideous. I really couldn't stand these. But that being said, this is where sort of Huawei wanted to address, because until now you had to choose between the, let's say, the fit of these Samsungs or the AirPods Pro with the tips, or you had to get the FreeClips to have the open ones. So what Huawei claims is that this open fit business on the FreeBuds 6, what it does is, first and foremost, you don't have a silicone tip, right? So you've got that nice openness on the ear. But then you've got this bottom teardrop thing happening, and this teardrop is where I found a bit of difference, because now what happens is this teardrop makes a sort of grip on the ear. I don't know how well I'm explaining this, but it fits differently, because in the case of a stem, it's just sort of hanging on there, like you just feel like there's a stem right there, it's hanging on your ear sort of thing. Whereas this one gives it a bit of a grip, which I feel is a very nice, like, secure fit. And I personally haven't had any problems with it sort of falling out or anything, because in this case, there's also a bit of a curve on the body. So it sort of latches onto your ear, which is what's really, really nice, and gives it that really nice fit. Before we go any further, if you are enjoying what you're watching, obviously support the channel in any way possible. Even if you don't want to like or comment or share, just keep the watch time going, because that really lets the algorithm know that, hey, you're enjoying what I'm doing. But if you can, likes, comments, shares are absolutely welcome. And thank you very much for your support. But all right, coming back to earbuds, what you should know about me is that I'm not the biggest audiophile in the world. For me, earbuds are primarily functional for calls and things like that. I do a lot of calls through the day, whether it's Zoom calls or on the phone or whatever. I'm just on calls constantly. For me, that comfort is what's most important, which is why the FreeClips have been my primary sort of earbuds for the longest time. Then with these, I haven't minded them. Here's like my honest opinion. I'm still going to use my FreeClips primarily, but if you don't like that open concept and you want that little shut-in, it's really, really, really nice and very, very comfortable, and the body is smooth and the texture is nice. So definitely consider this. You've also got the app, which I will show you right here. You've got what's called the AI Life app. Now, as you will see over here, I have both my Huawei Buds connected here. Now, in this particular case, of course, you've got the details of the app. So you've got the charge level of the case and the buds themselves. Then you've got all your information, and you've got all the devices that have been connected to the headphones over here. So as you can see, I use it with my laptop, I've used it with different phones. And you can also have preferred device, which you can set up accordingly, so that in the case you get a call on one while you're watching something on the other, that's like not a problem. It'll know which one to prioritize. Sorry about that. Then you've got the noise cancelling option, of course. So if I put them in my ear right now, I will be able to activate this. Oh, sorry, I need to... Yeah, okay, no, it's on. So it gave me a little notification telling me that it's on. I just figured I'd make life a little easier by adding picture in picture, so I don't have to keep pointing at my ear to tell you what I'm doing here. But yes, noise cancellation is on as well. I got a little notification inside telling me of the same. Then you can also select the mode in terms of how you want it. So you want dynamic or cozy, general. I've just left it on dynamic all the time. Then you've got adaptive modes as well. Now here, this is where you've got adaptive volume. So if I switch that on, basically the earbuds will automatically adjust volume based on sort of where I am and what my usage routine is, right? Then you've got sound tuning from Huawei Sound. I have not used this at all, but it is nice to have it. Again, like I said, for me, music isn't my biggest necessity. Primarily for me, it comes down to call quality. Then you've got this. So I've prioritized connection quality, but you can prioritize sound quality as well. And then you've got gestures. Now gestures, of course, are the taps. So you can select what you want your double tap functions for, triple tap, press and hold, and of course swipe as well. Then you've also got head control. Then you've obviously got head control, whereby if you nod your head, you can answer a call, and say no, you can reject a call while it's ringing in your ear. So that also works out. If you want, you've got tutorials for everything. And what else do we have? And then you've obviously got your updates. So this is up to date completely. I just checked before I started recording this video. And then you've got wear detection, so on and so forth. So completely controllable from the app, which I think is really, really nice. There's a lot of fine tuning there, which you can do to your exact needs. So excellent on that front, in my personal opinion. Now, as far as battery life is concerned, they're rated for 6 hours on a single charge and 36 hours with the case. On noise cancellation you can do 4.5 hours on a single charge. Point being is, I personally have had no issues with the battery life. Again, I'm primarily in home conditions as a freelancer, as a content creator, so charging is not the biggest problem for me, because battery life also varies based on how many of these settings that I showed you are on, so just keep that in mind. So, who should be buying the Huawei FreeBuds 6? In my opinion, this is for someone like me, in the sense that who doesn't need that, who doesn't like that soft ear tip inside your ear, but needs noise cancellation, who wants a comfortable fit that lasts for hours. I think that's who requires it. But let me know what you guys think. I'm curious. The earbuds market is a very, very subjective and complicated conversation. So I hope I answered a bunch of stuff for you. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I will see you at the next one. Peace out.